Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today I'm going to tell you all about the Princess Shuttle, which they call the Princess Transfer. I'm going to tell you how it works, and I'm going to actually show you on the computer how you can book it and how you can get the information on where to go to get that Princess Shuttle and everything you need to know. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members, and also welcome to all of you who are new. We are really glad that you came across us and hope you decide to stay. If there is anyone who hasn't subscribed yet, we would like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you in our Let's Go family, and I think that you are going to find it a really valuable subscription in your life. It doesn't cost anything. It just notifies you whenever we put up a video. We do put out a video every day, and we give you lots of updates for cruising and lots of helpful tips on what you need to know to have a wonderful cruise. We also take you along with us when we get to go on a cruise. So first of all, like I said, we call it the Princess Shuttle, and Princess officially calls it the Princess Transfer. The Princess Transfer is just a normal big bus, and they will pick you up and take you from the airport or from a Princess hotel to the ports, just as an easy way to get to the ship. And then at the end of your cruise, you can also schedule to take it back to the airport if you would like. Now you can schedule it so that you just go one direction, or you can go both directions to the ship and then back from the ship. The really handy thing about it that we really appreciate is in some ports it is a really wonderful way to get from the airport to the ship. For example, one way that I have used it like 4 times now is in Rome. It is a really convenient way to get from the airport out to the ship. It's about an hour or so drive, and you could also, just hire a private car to take you. They do have a bus system that won't take you right to the ship, but they will take you to kind of a little central area out in the port in Rome is a huge industrial port. And the bus will kind of drop you off. But the really nice thing about the shuttle bus is you know that it will get you there on time. You don't have to worry about a private car being late to pick you up or breaking down or anything else. And it is always more affordable than hiring a private car or and like hiring a taxi to take you to the port, for example, there in Rome or in Southampton. Just lots of handy reasons to use it in a lot of ports like that. Now in Fort Lauderdale, if you're going to be flying in the morning before you get on a cruise ship and you're right there, I think it's an awesome way, because the really nice thing is they meet you at baggage claim, and then they take your luggage from you there, and you don't see your luggage again until it shows up in your stateroom. That is how smooth it is. And so in some ports it is very, very handy, and in some ports it is almost essential, I would say. And so I'm not going to, if you want me to share about different ports with you at another time, I can. But today I just really want to let you know how it works. The other thing I wanted to let you know is that for our upcoming cruise in May, we are going to take the Princess Shuttle from the SeaTac Airport over to the port in Vancouver. And that is $79 each way. And we are going to do it to get to the port and back to the airport again at the end of the cruise. If you're flying into Seattle and you're cruising out of Seattle, you can schedule the same thing, and it's only $29. And it just is really handy. So let me go ahead and show you on my computer screen exactly how this works. So I'm just going to click right up here at the top of the screen where you can see, you just want to start out here. I had this and then I accidentally clicked on it, sorry. You just want to start off by going right to princess.com. The next thing that you do to do this is you click over here on login, and you click right here for login, and you enter your username and your password, and you just go ahead and log in. And once you open up, you're back here on their homepage, and see up here at the top where it says My Account. You click on that and you come down here to Upcoming Cruises. Then it brings you to a really fun page where it lists all of the cruises that you've got booked. And so I'm just going to show you here on this next one that we've got booked in 70 days. And I love, isn't that beautiful? That is Alaska. Look, this is a glacier. Like, I just get so excited every time. So anyway, so this is the page for that cruise. As if I scrolled further down the page, it would give like my booking information, like the booking number, like your bed configuration, just lots of information all about that cruise. I won't because it's less that we have to blur out. But anyway, so here across the top, you'll see that there's a summary, there's check-in, there's all these different things here. And so first of all, in order to book a transfer, I'm going to click on the travel link. Now, if you had not already booked your Easy Air flights, you would be able to book them right here. See where it says booking flights with Princess Easy Air? We have our flights booked. If we decided we didn't want to go with Princess Easy Air or wanted to start all over again, you can click here and cancel, or you can just add or modify flights. So that's where you could do that if you want. If you don't have a travel agent and you're doing it on your own, that is where you book your Princess Easy Air flights. If you really can't do it on your own, you can call Princess and they'll do it for you. Now down just under that, see where it says transfers here? When we were looking at scheduling our transfers for this upcoming cruise, they were not showing that they were offering a transfer to Vancouver. I knew that in the past they had, because we took a cruise one time from Anchorage to Vancouver, but the flights are so much more affordable for us into Seattle. Like, I think our flights are around $287, and into Vancouver they were around over $600 each, and so it's a big difference. And so when we figured it out, it was about $400 different per ticket, and so that's why we really like the Seattle option. And so anyway, so I called Princess and just said, hey, are you running that? And they said yes, and so they scheduled it with me right over the phone, since it wasn't offered on this page, and I paid for it, just gave them a credit card number, and now it shows that it's booked here for both of us. And so this is where you would book it. If you are flying into Seattle, just look and see what shows up under your thing. I'm hoping that they are starting to update it so that they show that that transfer is available. But that is the first time in like lots of cruises. I think this is my 13th cruise with Princess, and this is the first time that a transfer did not show up. And so if you're flying into somewhere and it's reasonably close to the cruise port and it's not showing up, I would call and ask if they've got a transfer. And so so that's how you book it right there, and you can just add it to your cart the same way that you add, like if you're buying a beverage package or an excursion, you just select it, add it, and you pay for it. It's not hard to do at all. And so once you have that booked and you want to know how to catch that shuttle, what you need to do, you go back up to the top of the page here, like I just scrolled up, and click on itinerary instead. So we'll just let it bring it up. So here it brings up your whole itinerary for your whole cruise, okay? But let me show you that since we are taking that transfer from Seattle, right here you click on View Details for Seattle. Now, if you don't have a transfer booked here, I think it says something like no transfer or something like that, but it's not going to have these details for you. So you notice when you open it, it shows that it is reserved for my husband and I, and transfer Seattle Airport to Vancouver. Here it gives all the information that you need. So let me just go ahead and tell you. It says upon arrival at SeaTac Airport on the day of sailing. So it tells you the directions both here upon arrival on the day of sailing, or if you plan to be in Seattle prior to embarkation day. So like if you come in on the day of sailing, first claim your luggage at the baggage claim, and then proceed to the north end of the terminal to the check-in podium located next to baggage claim number 16. Now, we did this when we were on our cruise last August, and I recorded it. So I will put that video underneath here so that you can see what it looks like in the airport there. They have lots of baggage claims, and you just keep walking along until you get to number 16. It's not hard to find. And just so you know that when you get close to any of the princess people there in the baggage claim area, close to where you're supposed to be, you will see them. It's not hard to find them at all. They always have more than one. They've got their clipboard. They've got your name and that you have paid for it and on there. Now, when we went on our cruise in October on the Majestic Princess out of Los Angeles, we found the princess people no problem, but they couldn't find our name on the list. And so they added our name to the list, even though we're like, yeah, we've paid for it. She put our name on the list, and we got to take the Princess Shuttle, but those charges showed up on our shipboard account. So we just took down our copy of our travel summary that we had printed out. And so if you don't have a printer, like do screenshots of it, whatever is the easiest way for you to have a copy of your travel summary, took it down to guest services, and they could see that we'd paid, took the charges off of our account. Or if you're traveling and last minute you're like, you know what, we should have booked that. That's an easy way to get to the port. Let's do it. You can just go up to them and tell them you're an add-on. Just say we didn't book it, but we would like to take the Princess Shuttle, and they will let you book it. I have seen them do that all over the world. It's not just out of ports in the United States that they'll let you just last minute add on. They will out of anywhere. So don't worry about asking. And so anyway, so it says, after that baggage claim 16, princess representatives are available in the area wearing red vests and white shirts. And this is really important. It says, please check in with a representative no later than 10 a.m. The final coach departs promptly at 10:30. Checking in after 10 a.m. will result in missing the transfer to the ship in Vancouver. And so if you miss that transfer, you have to figure out your own way to get there. And that's sticky. So you would have to basically probably hire a car is what I am thinking to take you. So you don't want to be in that position. So that is why we always fly in the day before. And what we are going to do is we're going to fly in. We have booked, I think this time we booked the Garden Inn at SeaTac. It has excellent reviews, and it's very close to the hotel. So what we always do when we are in a location that we are going to take the Princess Transfer is we always fly in the day before, get the shuttle. Usually we stay close to the airport. If we're somewhere and we're going to do a lot of sightseeing, we just go to wherever we want to go, and then we take whatever transportation back to the airport. And so we always do that. And so they just remind you that if you are going to fly in before, then you need to return to the SeaTac, get over to baggage claim 16. And a really interesting thing right here, it says meeting times are from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Just a heads up. This is going to happen in Seattle, and especially if you are in places like Rome or Barcelona or Southampton, you're going to have people that their flight arrived at 4 a.m. or at 6 a.m. And the way the Princess Shuttles work is first come, first serve. And so you get put in the waiting area according to like when you check in. And so we always like to be on an early shuttle because we've cruised enough times that we always have an early embarkation time. And so like with the meeting times 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., like I'm going to leave the hotel and be over there like it by 7 in the morning. I just am, because they are going to have princess people there that early, because they are going to have people coming in on flights. And so that's what I'm going to do, because I want to be on an early one. If you're not crazy like I am, you can go and get there anytime in that window, and you are assured a seat on the shuttle. Just make sure, like they say, that you check in by 10. And I really like here that they also say they give you a phone number. Well, let me tell you a couple of important phone numbers. It says, in case of flight delays, please call Princess en route. And there is that phone number, 1-800-545-0008. And if you get to the airport and you are stuck, like you're lost and you can't find a Princess rep, they give you another phone number right there, the 206 number. They remind you that you need to have your passports and other information. So I think that's great. But this is where you go no matter what cruise you're going on, no matter what airport you're flying into, to find out exactly which baggage claim number to go to. And clearly at the SeaTac airport, they just have one. But like if you fly into LAX, they've got like 4 that they're going to be picking you up at. And usually on these, they will tell you which baggage claim to go to based on where your flight is going to come in, because they usually know from your Princess Easy Air flights where you're going to land. And sometimes they just tell you lots of baggage claim numbers. And so you can go in just depending on how coordinated all of that is. But it's really nice because then you can print this out and take it with you. Or if you don't like paper, you can take a picture of it. And then when you get there, you can say, now which baggage claims was it? And you can see which one you're close to. So just kind of keep all of that in mind. The really nice thing that I like about it is, like I said, they take your luggage and they know, and you know that you're going to get safely to the ship. You don't have to worry if there's a traffic jam somewhere, if you're in Rome and everything is slow, or if you're in Seattle and the traffic is backed up because there's an accident. You don't have to worry. And like with the one from Seattle to Vancouver, that's a long bus ride. You don't have to worry about the bus breaking down that you have hired, or the car breaking down that you have hired to take you. You know you're going to get there. And if for some reason your shuttle bus does break down, they're going to wait the ship for you because you're on the ship with everybody, on the bus with everybody else. So you don't have to worry about that. Basically, that is how you find everything out on your computer about that. So don't worry. And the other thing that I wanted to tell you, a really nice thing, when we took the Princess Shuttle, when we went to Buenos Aires, Argentina to go on our Antarctica cruise, we were there at the airport because we took the shuttle back over with several people from our hotel that were doing the same thing as we were. We got back over to the airport. They went ahead when a shuttle bus was full. They took us, and it was a little bit early for embarkation, and so they took us on a really nice city tour of Buenos Aires. The Princess rep gave a great tour, told us all about it. They took us to this really cool bookstore. I don't remember what it was called, but it used to be like a place where, like a big theater where people sang, and they had plays and everything. So it was so beautiful. So we got to see that and look around, and we had a really lovely time before they even took us to the ship. And so I think that is really great. When we took the Princess transfer that went from, where did it go from? Oh, from Anchorage, the Anchorage airport over to the port in Whittier. Like, our bus driver gave us an excellent tour, told us all about everything on the way up and everything we were seeing, and a lot of history about the area. So it's a really great way to have a lovely start to your cruise, to learn a lot, and we just thoroughly enjoy this part of the trip. And so I just wanted to tell you all about it. If you've got any questions about it, you can put those in the comments below, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.